10 undervalued Mercedes models that will skyrocket in price. Number 10, W211 E55 AMG, 2003 to 2006. The sweet spot runs $25,000 to $45,000 for clean examples. And here's why this matters. This is the 469 horsepower sleeper sedan that embarrasses modern performance cars at twice the money. The W211 E55 AMG delivers 469 horsepower and 516 pound-feet from the supercharged V8, hitting 60 miles per hour in the mid-4-second range with Autobahn manners that humble modern performance sedans. This is the last era of overbuilt AMG sedans. Brutal pace, reliable core, and a cult owner base that understands what makes these cars special. The market still treats it like an old E-Class, which is exactly the opportunity. The supercharged V8 delivers instant torque with the AMG soundtrack that modern turbo engines can't match. This is analog AMG performance with the build quality that made Mercedes legendary. By documented cars with fresh brakes and suspension, the E55 AMG represents peak Mercedes performance value, supercar acceleration in a luxury sedan package at prices that make modern AMGs look overpriced. A Mercedes technician in Texas has owned 3 E55 AMGs over the years. It's the AMG that does everything well, he explains. Daily comfort, weekend thrills, and reliability that puts modern performance cars to shame. At current prices, it's the performance bargain of the decade. But wait until you see the V12 coupe at number 9. It's even more ridiculous. Would you choose this over a current C63 hybrid if price didn't matter? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 9, C215 CL65 AMG 2000 to 2006. For 50 to 70 grand, you're getting 604 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque from a twin-turbo V12. That's supercar thrust in a luxury coupe for less than a new E-Class. The C215 generation represents peak Mercedes coupe engineering, massive power and presence that modern cars simply can't replicate. Yet values remain surprisingly reasonable for what you're getting. Complex electronics and high-performance maintenance costs mean these aren't budget cars, but they reward proper care with an increasingly rare experience. An AMG specialist in Arizona owns both a CL55 and CL65. The CL65's V12 torque is addictive, he explains. 738 pound-feet feels like getting hit by a freight train made of silk. You're getting flagship performance for used car money. But the Porsche-built muscle sedan at number 8 might be even more special. CL65, V12, or CL55 supercharged V8, which would you choose for grand touring? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 8. W12450E/E500, 1991 to 1994. Quality examples trade well under 100,000. Yet this represents the hand-built muscle sedan with Porsche assistance that's still flying under the radar. The 500E represents peak analog Mercedes performance, wide body stance, naturally aspirated V8, and build quality that required Porsche's assembly expertise. While 90s performance cars heat up, this one remains surprisingly accessible. This is dense, planted performance that feels like a banker's briefcase with a rocket booster. The combination of Mercedes luxury and Porsche assembly precision created something special that the market still undervalues. But here's what kills values: modifications and deferred maintenance. The market heavily rewards originality and complete service history. A collector in Connecticut found a 1993 500E with 67,000 miles and complete Porsche assembly documentation for $78,000. It's the muscle sedan that nobody talks about, he says. Porsche assembly quality with Mercedes luxury, there's nothing like it today. But the V8 Roadster bargain at number 7 might be the smartest buy of all. 500E or E55 AMG, hand-built, naturally aspirated, or supercharged power? Drop your pick in the comments. In an era of mass production and cost-cutting, hand-built cars represent something increasingly rare: uncompromised engineering. The 500E required Porsche's assembly expertise because Mercedes' own production lines couldn't handle the complexity. This attention to detail creates cars that age differently. Better materials, tighter tolerances, and engineering solutions that prioritize longevity over cost. Number 7. R171 SLK55 AMG 2005 to 2011. Clean examples go for around 25 to 40,000. What you're getting is the naturally aspirated V8 Roadster that delivers AMG performance at mainstream pricing. The SLK55 AMG packs the 5.4-liter naturally aspirated V8 producing 355 horsepower in a lightweight roadster package. This is proper AMG DNA with the soundtrack that modern turbo engines can't replicate. While everyone chases R129 and R230 SLs, the SLK55 offers V8 AMG performance with modern reliability and lower buy-in costs. The retractable hardtop provides coupe security with roadster freedom. SLK55 prices haven't caught up to other AMG models, despite delivering similar performance and exclusivity. As the market recognizes naturally aspirated AMG rarity, the gap will close rapidly. A driving enthusiast in Colorado bought a 2008 SLK55 with 28,000 miles for $34,000. It's the AMG that nobody expects, he reports. V8 soundtrack, perfect size, and modern enough for daily use. Best kept secret in the Mercedes lineup. But the DTM legend at number 6 brings manual thrills with racing pedigree. Would you choose an SLK55 over an SL500 if performance mattered more than prestige? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 6, W20119 0E2.3-16/2.5-16 1980s. The Cosworth with DTM cred. Decent examples trade under 100,000 for non-evolution cars. Meet the homologation hero living in the shadow of soaring E30 M3 values. The 190 E16 valve brings proper DTM pedigree, manual gearbox thrills, and old-school Mercedes precision. As E30 M3S climb beyond reach, the 190E becomes the connoisseur's choice for 1980s touring car DNA. This is high-revving, mechanical driving pleasure with the balance and build quality that made Mercedes legendary. Stock cars with strong service records are the ones to hunt. A track day instructor in California bought a 1987 190E 2.3-16 for $68,000 in 2023. It's the E30 M3 alternative that actually feels special, he says. The Cosworth engine loves to rev, and the chassis balance is telepathic. But the bank vault flagship at number 5 redefines what luxury engineering means. 190E Cosworth or E30 M3, which 80s legend would you choose? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 5, the 140 S-Class, 1992 to 1998, the last no-compromise flagship. Market prices generally top out under $50,000 for cared-for cars. Introducing the Bank Vault S-Class that represents the end of Mercedes' no-compromise era. The W140 is the last S-Class built without bean counters looking over engineers' shoulders. Double-glazed glass, hydraulic everything, and build quality that makes modern S-Classes feel flimsy. Nothing today feels quite like a tight W140, calm, hushed authority that modern electronics can't replicate. The S600 V12 adds mystique, though running costs reflect the complexity. Documentation trumps mileage, and condition is everything. The W140 rewards proper care with a luxury experience that modern flagships can't match despite all their technology. A luxury car specialist in Miami keeps a 1995 EZ 600 as his personal car. After 30 years in the business, this is still the most impressive sedan ever built, he explains. The engineering depth is something Mercedes will never do again. But the Rallybred secret at number 4 has pedigree nobody talks about. W140 or modern S-Class, which would you choose for a cross-country road trip? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 4, 107.0264, 150 SLC, 5.0, 500 SLC, 1978 to 1981. The Safari homologation secret. Project cars hover around 10 to 20,000. However, you're looking at the homologation special with East African Safari and Paris-Dakar pedigree that nobody's properly valuing. The 107.026 isn't just another R107. It's a Rallybred coupe with aluminum block V8 and special suspension that most enthusiasts have never heard of. The host who covered this car owns one and calls them really underappreciated. This is long-legged GT comfort with rally roots, the rarest flavor of R107 DNA. European market correctness matters for provenance, and originality commands premiums as awareness spreads. Expect sorting on these old Mercedes, but a properly sorted 107.026 delivers a driving experience that modern Mercedes can't replicate. Mechanical, engaging, and historically significant. An enthusiast in Germany spent 3 years hunting for a clean 500 SLC with proper documentation. When you find one with the aluminum block and rally history intact, it's like discovering automotive treasure, he explains. But the twin-turbo V12 bargain at number 3 is trading for crazy money. Would you choose rally pedigree over modern comfort for weekend drives? Drop your pick in the comments. Something's changing in the Mercedes market. While BMW M cars and Porsche 911s climb relentlessly, classic Mercedes remain surprisingly affordable. But smart money is positioning now, before the market recognizes what these cars represent. The pattern is clear. Convertibles and big engines hold long-term value. Hand-built models offer unique propositions. Naturally aspirated AMG cars become more precious as everything goes turbo. Number 3, R230 SL600 2004 to 2006 twin-turbo V12 for 20 grand. Clean examples start around 20,000 in many markets. And remember, this is the twin-turbo V12 that once cost up to $150,000 new. The R230 SL600 represents classic value compression, a flagship GT with massive original MSRP trading like a used sedan. The twin-turbo V12 delivers tidal wave torque that makes modern AMGs feel restrained. Multiple sources flag R200s and 30s as likely risers in 4 to 5 years as buyers rediscover the V12 GT formula. This is effortless, continent-crossing performance at prices that make no sense. But here's the reality check. ABC hydraulics and roof mechanisms require attention. Buy the best example you can afford. Cheap ones get expensive fast through deferred maintenance. A collector in Texas found a 2005 SL600 with 38,000 miles and fresh ABC service for $32,000. The twin-turbo V12 pulls like a freight train, he reports. It's the bargain flagship that nobody's talking about yet. But the V12 Classic at number 2 might be the smarter long-term play. SL600 or SL500? Is the V12 worth the extra complexity? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 2, R129 SL600 1993 to 2002. The V12 roadster trading like a used Camry. Prices kick off around $30,000 at auction with entry points in the $10,000 to $20,000 range. Here's why it matters. This is the 6.0-liter V12 roadster that's about to get expensive fast. Here's the market inefficiency. While air-cooled Porsches trade for 6 figures, the R129 SL600 delivers peak 90s Mercedes engineering with a naturally aspirated V12 for used Camry money. In an EV era, a max displacement V12 roadster is exactly what collectors rediscover and reprice. The 6.0-liter V12 produces silken torque with bank vault composure. This is peak 90s Mercedes luxury. But here's what separates survivors from money pits. Top hydraulics can fail, commonly costing $2,500 to $4,000 for a refresh. Clean examples with working tops and AMG body kits add serious upside. The market is already firming around $30,000 with room to run. One collector in Florida bought a 1998 SL600 with 47,000 miles for $28,000 in 2022. Today, similar cars are asking $40,000 or more. He calls it the V12 Roadster bargain that won't last. But our number 1 pick is the Mercedes that actually appreciates while you drive it. R129 or R230 SL? Which generation would you choose for weekend drives? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 1, W123300D Turbo Diesel 1979 to 1985. The Unkillable Daily Classic. Entry starts at affordable classic territory now, but clean survivors are disappearing fast as prices climb steadily. The W123300D Turbo isn't just a car, it's a legend. The mechanical diesel is genuinely unkillable, with global taxi lore and daily drivable classic status that's pushing values higher. This is honest, durable transportation that's strangely satisfying to drive, like piloting a piece of automotive history that refuses to quit. The mechanical simplicity means decades of reliable service when properly maintained. But here's what kills values: rust in the rear aprons, wheel arches, and door bottoms. A rust-free W123 with original interior and uncracked dashboard is worth every penny in climbing. A mechanic in Oregon bought a 1983 300D Turbo with 280,000 miles for $12,000 in 2021. After addressing rust and refreshing the interior, he's got a daily driver that's already worth $25,000. It's the Mercedes that actually appreciates while you drive it, he says. One collector called the 300D Turbo the car that proves Mercedes once built things to last forever. The W123 represents everything great about old Mercedes: overbuilt engineering, timeless design, and reliability that modern cars can't match. As clean examples become scarce, values will only climb higher. W123 300D or modern Mercedes, which would you choose for daily driving? Drop your pick in the comments. Documentation is everything. Mercedes with complete service records are worth significantly more than cars with gaps. Time-based maintenance matters more than mileage. Rubber components age regardless of miles driven. Rust inspection is critical. Check rear aprons, wheel arches, door bottoms, and trunk wells on older models. A rust-free Mercedes commands serious premiums and appreciates faster than compromised examples. Model-specific priorities: SL models need hydraulic system verification. AMG models require supercharger service history. Classic models demand rust-free examples with original interiors. Budget realistically. Plan for 10 to 15% additional costs beyond purchase price. Better to buy a sorted car than a cheap project that becomes expensive. Top 3 Mercedes buying mistakes: 1. Buying the cheapest example available. 2. Ignoring service history gaps. 3. Underestimating maintenance costs. The Mercedes appreciation story is just beginning. R230 values expected to follow. R129 ES higher in 4 to 5 years. Hand-built models offer unique value propositions. Naturally aspirated AMG cars become more desirable as everything goes turbo. Outro: the market is shifting, and these 10 cars prove it. Which one would you buy today? And which one do you think I ranked too low? Tell me in the comments. Hit that like button if this video just saved you from an expensive mistake, and subscribe for more automotive truth.